Today, we're gonna learn how to do pinking. So we have our temp all printed and cleaned. We're gonna start using our tweezers to hold it. I'm gonna use a number 1 brush. I'm gonna start with using this Creoline G4. This is the red. And the first thing I'm gonna do is just trace along the top here. Now this can cure quickly under light, so I usually do small sections at a time. And I'm just gonna kind of sporadically pull it towards the margin lines. And then I'll move on to the next section. Once I've got a light coverage, then I will use our UV light, just slowly cure it so that I can put another layer on and not have to worry about it affecting the lower layer. Now this time I'm just gonna put a real thin line towards the top, just to get a little gradiency. Slowly pull just a little bit of it down and then cure again the UV light. And now we'll switch to the next material, which is the same Creoline, but this is pink. Clean my brush, and this time we're gonna do full coverage all the way up along the margin lines. And then to get between the teeth up into the embrasures, I will use a number 2 brush just to push up a little bit more material to blend that really well. And because this side is a little bit more time consuming, I typically work 1 to 2 teeth at a time so that it doesn't cure on you. Once I have that layer on, again, I will cure it with the UV light. And then at this point, I could determine if it's too light, if I want to add more color to it. I could do another section of adding just the regular pink to give it a little bit more gradients. I can highlight just certain spots. And once I'm happy with the color, cure again. And now I'll move on to the same Creoline, but this time the shade is light pink. And for this, all we're going to do is trace along the margin lines. To get up in between the embrasures, draw it along the teeth. Make sure to clean your brush if you're not dragging material up onto the tooth. And then at the base of the margin line, I'm gonna kind of drag this material down. And then again, I usually do about 2 teeth at a time. And then once all the margin lines have been covered, quickly cure again with the UV light. Now at this point, you can choose to shade the teeth if the teeth need shaded. If they don't need shaded, I usually put a glaze over everything using this nano glaze. This is just a clear coat. I will clear coat the teeth if you're shading them. If you're not shading them, you wouldn't have to. You could just polish and high shine them if you would like to do that. You can see the difference that the glaze puts on it. And then I also cover all of the pink with it. This will seal it really good, and we can get rid of that sticky feeling that it has with just the composite. Once I can see that I've got full coverage, everything is been coated, I will do one final cure with the UV light, and then it goes into the flash box for 1,000 flashes. Putting it in the flash box for 1,000 flashes. This just finishes hardening it. And at this point, the surface will still be sticky. So next we'll show you how to remove that. Now we have this bowl of vegetable glycerin, and what this will do is it will remove the oxygen layer. So you put it in the vegetable glycerin, which is kind of very gelatinous, and then you'll just hit it with the UV light and it will remove the stickiness from it. Then rinse and clean, and your temp is done.